Hello, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me on today's devotional. I have been looking forward to this one. I always am so excited to do that very next devotional. So I've got my glasses, my book, my coffee. So grab a drink, come along, and we'll go through the next lesson. This book is 100 Days of Believing Bigger. I am in love with this book. It's been amazing for me, very healing, very message giving, like things that I need to work on have been in here as well. And if you are just in that place in your life where you need some encouragement, some positivity, you've come to the right place. Hit that subscribe button if you would, and I would love to have you a part of my family and community. So yeah, let's see what the next lesson is. I like to do these spur of the moment, like I don't pre-read them and answer the questions, because I want it to touch me the way it's needing to, and if it's pre-rehearsed, that's not going to happen. So I don't want, I don't want anything fake or not genuine to come through. So, but last week we did alone time. This week is called Rhythms of Grace. So let's get started. Hope you're having a great week. Mine has been but I'm just praying about it. That's all we can do, is give it to God and let Him work on it. Because boy, it just doesn't work out if we work on it. So, okay. Rhythms of Grace. Are you tired? Worn out? Burned out on religion? I'm not burned out on religion. My relationship with God is very, very strong. But come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I very much agree with that. I'll show you how to take a real a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. Matthew 11:28 through 30. Rest is more than a vacation, a long overdue nap, or a trip to the spa. Self-care is important to recharge our mind, body, and spirit. Amen. But you can do all of these things and still feel emotionally and spiritually exhausted. Rest stands for, oh, I love when they do this. Rest stands for releasing every sabotaging thought. Wow. Rest. R-E-S-T. It is our thoughts that hijack our peace and pollute our minds with worry. The word says to learn the unforced rhythms of grace. If God is inviting us to learn it, that means it doesn't come naturally. We can begin by reflecting upon the thoughts we're thinking when we start to feel anxious. This is how we take our thoughts captive and make them obedient to Christ as directed in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5. We cannot defeat toxic thoughts if we're unaware that they're in the driver's seat. As we release the need for perfection, continuous creation, and hustle, we begin to enter the rhythm of grace, a more peaceful and productive pace. When we're focusing and fixing, we're operating from the soil of lack, which yields the empty fruit of weariness, overwhelm, and distress. But when we operate from the soil of possibility, watered by supernatural trust and blessed thinking, we get to joyously experience more than we can fathom. So, wow. This is exactly where I am right now. Just going through some really hard times right now with my mom, and I'm just gonna give that to God and let him have control over that. And then some family issues too. I'm gonna let God have control over that. There's nothing I can say or do that will change things, so God's got total control. So I want to go over a couple things though. First of all, getting into a rhythm of grace. Like, I would say I'm starting to do this now a little bit more, but it's taken me a while to get there. But rhythms of grace to me means letting things happen as they should, because I know those are learning experiences and God's got it all figured out already anyway. So I'm trying to just, keep in the rhythm and give yourself some grace too when you're going through this stuff. We have no control over what others do or say. So we got to let that go. And yeah, I'm learning. So where it says rest, I love when they spell out words and give words for the letters of the word. So releasing every sabotaging thought. That is so hard for a lot of people to do. Me included. That's just our world right now. Satan's at work. Man, he is ruining relationships. He's succeeding. And I'm just sad about that. I'm just so sad about that. So, but I'm going to write that one down. Releasing every sabotaging thought. And then he wants us to learn rhythms of grace. Like when you start to feel anxious, don't kind of try to control those thoughts, especially the toxic ones that are just bringing you totally down. Then let those go. Try to let those go, because they're just gonna take over what's positive in your life. So, and once you start doing that, you'll enter into that more peaceful and productive pace. And I've noticed that I've been way more productive because I'm trying to just let God take care of it. And I have become more productive, more, I don't know what the word is, clear about what I need to be doing in my own life. So it's amazing how that happens when you let all that go. So when you're operating from possibility and blessed thinking, that's a key word, blessed thinking. Don't think the toxic thoughts, think how blessed you are. And boy, am I. I'm appreciating so much. Like the birdies out there eating the bird seed right now is making me happy. I got my kitties here running around making me happy. It really is the little things. But this is the birdies. I'll try to zoom in and get a close-up. We have our little bird. The wind took our fence down, so we're working on a temporary. But that bird is enjoying his bird seed. So, and it's those things. Let me fix this. It is totally just those things. So let me read the question. What thoughts are creating anxiety as opposed to a peaceful flow? Wow. Well, I don't want to go into detail, but yeah, pretty much just what I explained. You know, just at first I was feeling a lot of anger and anxiety and frustration, that others don't see my point of view or my feelings as much as their own. So that hurts, and I had to let that go. So for my own health and my own growth, I would say I'm glad I let that go, because I'm feeling so much better about it, because I have no control over how somebody handles something, only how I handle something. So, and I've got work to do on that as well, but I've decided just whatever happens, happens, and I'm going to let God be the controller of my life because it sure turns out better when He does that. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Boy, was that a much needed lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you're here listening to this. If you're at the end of this video, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. And we'll see you on the next video. Make sure you're subscribed. I've been doing these, actually, I'm posting these on Sundays now. And I'm keeping them on this channel for a while. So, hope you're enjoying them. See you next time. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.